As the future groom of Mrs. Malaprop, Captain Absolute has joined hands. Now he is supporting his future in-laws that Miss Ensign Beverly may not be successful to enter the house without their permission, and they would guard Lydia Langby so that she may not able to run away or elope away with that of Ensign Beverly. But in reality, Ensign Beverly is no one but Captain Absolute himself. Next, Mrs. Malaprop says, I am delighted with the scheme. Never was anything better perpetrated. Actually, now she is happy that her groom has joined hands with her, and now jointly they would take care of Ensign Beverly, that he will not be successful in eloping with her niece Lydia Langvis. Absolute. But pray, could not I see the lady for a few minutes now? I should like to try her temper a little. Because he has come as a Captain Absolute, that's why Lydia Langvis is not happy. She is not ready to meet her future husband, Captain Absolute. So that's why she has hid herself inside the house. But now Captain Absolute is cautious that she is not looking here. So where is Lydia Langvis? He wanted himself to meet her as the future groom. Mrs. Malaprop, why? I don't know. I doubt she is not prepared for a visit of this kind. There is a decorum in these matters. She knows very well that her niece will not be ready to meet her future husband, Captain Absolute, because she doesn't know that this is her Beverly. If she knows that this is Beverly, she would come runningly. But she knows that this is the person whose marriage has been fixed by me, by his father, Sir Anthony. So that's why she has hidden herself inside the room and she is not coming outside. And she is also not listening all the talk that is going on between Mrs. Malaprop and Captain Absolute. Oh Lord, she won't mind me. Only tell her Beverly. He knows very well that when he will tell him about that Beverly has come, she will run. She will come to him. Mrs. Malaprop, sir, gently, good tongue. Actually, he is requesting Mrs. Malaprop, go and tell her that Beverly has come. She will come fast. Don't inform that Captain Absolute has come. So she is surprised that how can. Mrs. What did you say of Beverly? She is also suspicious that this person knows about Beverly. Oh, I was going to propose that you should tell her by way of jest. It means making fun of her. मजाक मजाक में बोलो कि तुम्हारा Beverly आया है ना, like that. It was Beverly who was below. She would come down fast enough then. He is happy of his plan that she would come fast. Mrs. Malaprop. It would be a trick she will deserves, and she is also happy with this trick that she would call that Beverly has come. Please come out to meet him. Besides, you know, the fellow tells her he will get my consent to see her. Let him if he can. I say again, Lydia, come down here, calling. He will make me a go-between in their interviews. Come down. I say, Lydia, I don't wonder at your laughing. His impudence is truly ridiculous. Actually, she is also calling Lydia Langvis. At the same time, she is complaining against Mr. Beverly, that Mr. Beverly is not ready to elope with her without the consent of her guardian, Mrs. Malaprop. He wanted to convince Mrs. Malaprop, but Mrs. Malaprop is not ready to give the consent to him to marry her daughter, Lydia Langvis. So now she is calling Lydia Langvis, requesting her to meet Captain Absolute, but she is also making fun that this is not Captain Absolute, but it is Beverly Absolute. It is very ridiculous, upon my soul, ma'am. Mrs. Malaprop, the little hussy won't hear. Well, I'll go and tell her at once who it is. She shall know that Captain Absolute is come to wait on her, and I'll make her behave as becomes a young woman. Now she is going to request her to meet Captain Absolute, because she already knows that Absolute is coming to meet her, as his marriage has been fixed with her. As you please, ma'am, Mrs. Malapur. For the present, Captain, your servant. Ah, you have not done laughing yet. I see elude my vigilance. Yes, yes, yes. Ha ha ha. Exit. So now she goes there, goes to call her daughter, niece Lydia Languis, to meet Captain Absolute. But Captain Absolute himself go to Lydia Languis as Beverly, not as Captain Absolute. Absolute. One could think now that I might throw off all disguise at once and seize my prize with security. But such is Lydia's caprice that to undeceive were probably to lose her. I'll see whether she knows me. Walks aside and seems engaged in looking at the pictures. Enter Lydia. Now there are some problems before him. He has come as a Captain Absolute, the son of Sir Anthony, whose marriage has been fixed with Lydia Languis. But now he is going to meet Lydia Languis, saying that he is actually Beverly, and he has come as Captain Absolute because he knows that a person, a boy, was fixed to come is on this day. So, taking the opportunity of this occasion, Beverly has come to meet her, Lydia Languis actually. And at the same time, he thinks if he should undeceive Lydia Languis, it means if he should tell the fact that there are no other personalities, actually it is Mr. Beverly and it is Mr. Captain Absolute, what will happen? Because she is a caprice lady, she is a cynical lady, she has fancied already that she should love with a poor person, so that's why he should not undeceive her. He should not tell the fact that both are the same person. Otherwise, she would leave him, not love him. Now enter Lydia. Lydia will be happy because she will think that her Beverly has come, deceiving Mrs. Malaprop. What a scene am I now to go through. Surely nothing can be more dreadful than to be obliged to listen to the loathsome addresses of a stranger to one's heart. She is extremely happy that actually her lover has come here. I have heard of girls persecuted as I am, who have appealed in behalf of their favored lover to the generosity of his rival. Suppose I were to try it. There stands the hated rival, an officer too. But oh, how unlike my Beverly. I wonder he don't begin. Truly, he seems a very negligent wooer. Quite at his ease, upon my word. I'll speak first, aloud. Mr. Absolute. So now she is happy. No, actually she is going to meet Mr. Absolute here, as per the information given by her aunt Mrs. Malaprop. But she should be surprised that actually Mr. Beverly has come. Absolute. Madam, oh heavens, Beverly. She is welcoming her lover, Mr. Beverly, because she doesn't know he is the same person, Captain Absolute, whose marriage has been fixed. Hush, hush, my life. He is silencing her. Softly, be not surprised. Actually, he is making drama that he is actually Beverly and deceiving Mrs. Malaprop as her future groom. He has come here to meet his beloved. I am so astonished and so terrified and so overjoyed. This is the different emotions that she has developed. For heaven's sake, how came you here? She is surprised that how it is possible that in front of her aunt Mrs. Malaprop, how he appears here in this house, because he has already been banned by Mrs. Malaprop. He has already been denied by Mrs. Malaprop that she will never allow him to marry her niece Lydia Languis. So how it is possible that her lover has come to meet her? Briefly, I have deceived your aunt. Now he has already been deceiving Mrs. Malaprop, now Captain Absolute is deceiving his beloved Lydia Languis, saying that he has deceived Mrs. Malaprop, that I am Captain Absolute, that I have come to meet your niece Lydia Languis. Now he is misguiding Lydia Languis. I was informed that my new rival was to visit here this evening, and contriving to have him kept away, have passed myself on her for Captain Absolute. What did he say? That one Captain Absolute was coming to visit you, to meet you, and I knew it very well, so that's why I kept him somewhere else, the real Captain Absolute, and on place of Captain Absolute I have come, because Mrs. Malaprop recognizes nobody. She neither has seen Captain Absolute nor Ensign Beverly, so that's why, taking the benefit of the occasion, he has come to meet her. Lydia, oh charming, and she really takes you for young Absolute, and you are successful to deceive her. She takes you as Absolute. Oh, she is convinced of it. Ha ha ha. I can't forbear laughing to think how her sagacity is overreached. Now she is surprised that Mrs. Malaprop has been deceived. She has been befooled by my lover, Ensign Beverly, saying that he is Captain Absolute. But really he is Captain Absolute. She is misguided. But we trifle with our precious moments, such another opportunity may not occur. Then let me know, conjure my kind, my condescending angel to fix the time when I may rescue her from undeserved persecution, and with a licensed warmth plead for my reward. But now he doesn't want to waste his time. He wanted to tell her that, make plan when you will elope with me, or when we would be successful to marry each other. Will you then, Beverly, consent to forfeit that portion of my paltry wealth, that burden on the wings of love? She is suggesting that, are you ready, Beverly, to elope with me? Are you ready? Are you ready to sacrifice the wealth, the property that I owe? Without permission, if you will marry me, I will lose all my property. So are you ready to sacrifice this property? She is happily ready to sacrifice this property, because she fancies that she loves a poor person, Ensign Beverly, and she wanted nothing, no property, no money. She wanted to lead a simple life with her husband, with her lover, Ensign Beverly. So that's why she is ready to elope with him. Elope with him means to run away with him. But you should be ready, Beverly. She is thinking that this person is Ensign Beverly, but actually this is not Beverly. Beverly it is also, but he is also Captain Absolute. Absolute. Oh, come to me, rich only thus in loveliness, bring no portion to me but thy love. It will be generous in you, Lydia, for well you know it is the only dower your poor Beverly can repay. As Beverly, he is talking romantically, that he is happy, he is ready to sacrifice the wealth, the property of Lydia Languis. He just wanted her love, her affection. So that's why he is ready to happily sacrifice the property of Lydia Languis, because he has to act as if he is a poor person. But he is very rich in heart, no? He is very romantic person. So that's why she loves him. But actually he is a rich person and wanted to deceive, befool Lydia Languis. How persuasive are his words, how charming will poverty be with him. She is very happy that how a poor person is there before her, Mr. Beverly, and how she would pass her time happily in the poverty. She is taking poverty is a good thing. Huh? She wanted to live in a poverty. Ah, my soul, what a life will we then live. Love shall be our idol and support. We will worship him with a monastic strictness, abjuring all worldly toys, to center every thought and action there. He is also supporting Lydia Languis romantically, that there is no need of property, wealth in the life of a lover. They would be happy, they would pass their time happily, even without wealth and property, because they are good lovers, they are romantic lovers, they want nothing in their life. Even under the tree, they would be happy. Proud of calamity, we will enjoy the wreck of wealth, while the surrounding gloom of adversity shall make the flame of our pure love so doubly bright. By heavens, I would fling all goods of fortune from me with a prodigal hand, to enjoy the scene where I might clasp my Lydia to my bosom and say, the world affords no smile to me but here, embracing her. But aside he is thinking, if she holds out, now the devil is in it. He is also acting that he is a very poor person, but still they would enjoy their life. There would be no property, no good costume, no costly food to eat, but they will be happy as a lover because they want nothing in the life. Nothing is required in the life. They would be happy in the poverty. No, such a fancy is there that she likes poverty. She is a rich girl but likes poverty. She doesn't like a rich person to love or marry. She wanted a poor person to love and marry. Such a girl is there, Lydia Languis. But at the same time, Captain Absolute is cautious. When she will know the fact that he is not a poor person, what will happen? What will be reaction of this girl, Lydia Languis, when she will know that actually it is Beverly, but it is not a poor person. He is a very rich person. Lydia, now could I fly with him to the antipodes, but my persecution is not yet come to a crisis. She is very much happy. She is impatient to run away with him, leaving all the property and wealth behind. But she doesn't know actually that she has been misguided. She has been befooled by Captain Absolute, because Captain Absolute is a rich person. He is the son of a rich baronet, Sir Anthony Absolute. He is not in reality Ensign Beverly. Ensign Beverly is a fictitious character. But he is entertaining his lover Lydia Languis as if he is a poor person. He has deceived her aunt Mrs. Malapro, and now they will be successful to marry each other. So in that way this scene ends here.